Hello everyone, welcome back to GK Today. This is Nuzhat Sana, and in today's session we will be discussing the most important current affairs for 27th of September 2024. These are important keywords that we'll be covering in today's session. For example, we'll be talking about the World Rhino Day. Then we will see which two countries conduct the Eastern Bridge exercise. After that, we will talk about Cancer Moonshot program. Then we will see Indo-Pacific Economic Framework and etc. Okay. So now, without taking any further time, let's get started. The very first question is, what is the name of the semiconductor fabrication plant recently established through the India-US partnership? The correct answer here is B option, Shakti. India has established its first national security semiconductor fabrication plant named as Shakti through a collaboration with the US. And this initiative marks the first technology partnership involving the US Space Force and the Indian businesses, with an emphasis on manufacturing the infrared gallium nitride and silicon carbide semiconductors. So this project aims to enhance the capabilities in advanced sensing, communication and power electronics so as to address the critical needs in both the military and civilian applications while reducing the India's reliance on the semiconductor imports. Okay, so this is Shakti that has been established through the India-US partnership. It is the name of the semiconductor fabrication plant. Okay, in the next slide we will be talking about some international news. The first question here is, recently which country became a new member of the BRICS New Development Bank? And this country is Algeria. Lipu Lake, Limpi Yadhura and Kala Pani are the disputed territories between which two countries? These are the disputed territories between India and Nepal. Petro Fiala, the guest of honor at the 10th Vibrant Gujarat Global Investors Summit, is the Prime Minister of which country? Answer is Czech Republic. Next is, recently which intergovernmental organization has formed a panel specifically focused on critical energy transition minerals? This is United Nations. Recently, where was the second round of the India-US dialogue on Africa held? The venue for this dialogue was Washington DC. Which country recently signed a memorandum of understanding with India to enhance the bilateral cooperation in public sector auditing? This is UAE. Recently, who has become the first person to reach the point Nemo, which is the oceanic pole of inaccessibility in the Pacific Ocean? The correct answer is Chris Brown. Okay. Coming to question number 2. Cancer Moonshot initiative recently highlighted in news is launched by which countries? This is actually Quad Cancer Moonshot initiative, and obviously it has been launched by the Quad countries. Okay, which are the Quad countries? These 4 countries are India, US, Australia and Japan. Okay, so together they have launched the Quad Cancer Moonshot initiative to tackle the cancer. And basic aim here is to combat the cervical cancer through expanded screenings and HPV vaccinations. Okay, so this collaborative effort among India, US, Australia and Japan addresses a significant health crisis in the Indo-Pacific region, focusing initially on cervical cancer, which is a largely preventable disease. So India will contribute $10 million to the World Health Organization's global initiative on digital health, and also we would provide $7.5 million in HPV tools and vaccine. So this is an artificial intelligence based treatment protocol which is being developed along with support for radiotherapy and capacity building in the Indo-Pacific region. Okay, so Cancer Moonshot initiative has been launched by the Quad countries, which are the Quad countries US, Australia, India and Japan. Okay, in the next slide let's see some science and technology related current affairs. Which day is observed as the World Organ Donation Day every year? This day is observed every year on 13th of August. Recently, which IIT successfully transferred a pioneering swine fever vaccine technology to Biomed Private, which is a vaccine manufacturing company? So this is IIT Guwahati. What is AI Hume recently seen in the news? What is it? It is basically world's first conversational artificial intelligence with emotional intelligence. Okay. The next is, what is Gliese 12b recently seen in the news? It is an Earth-sized exoplanet. Okay. Recently, which country reported the first confirmed case of deadly Mpox variant outside Africa? This is the country Sweden. Tactic AI is developed by which company? It has been developed by Google. And last is, Chang'e 6 mission is associated with which country? This is a famous mission of China country. Okay. Moving to question number 3. Which country won the gold medals in both the men's and the women's categories at the 2024 Chess Olympiad that was held in Budapest? The correct answer here is India. Indian men's and women's chess teams won gold at the 45th edition of FIDE Chess Olympiad that took place in Budapest 2024. The men's team was led by Arjun Erigesi, R. Pragnanandha, D. Gukesh, Vidit and Hari Krishna. They won the Hamilton Russell Cup. While the women's team was led by Vantika Agarwal, Divya Deshmukh, Harika Dronavali, Vaishali and Tanya Sachdev. Okay, they won the gold medal along with the Vera Manchik Cup. Fine. And don't forget that the 46th edition of Olympiads will be held in Tashkent in the country Uzbekistan in the year 2026. Fine. So India has won the gold medals in both the men's and the women's categories at the 2024 Chess Olympiad. And what was the venue for this year's 45th edition of Chess Olympiad? Venue was Budapest. Okay. Now let's have a look at some sport related current affairs. Recently, who won the gold medal in the men's 10 meters air pistol event at the ISSF World Cup 2024 that took place in Munich in Germany? This is Sarabjot Singh. Recently, who won the Lyon Masters Chess Championship for the 10th time? This is Vishwanathan Anand. Recently, where was the India's first indoor athletics and aquatic center inaugurated? This is Bhubaneswar city. Recently, who won a gold medal at the Paavo Nurmi Games in Finland? Answer is Neeraj Chopra. Recently, which former Indian players were inducted into the International Tennis Hall of Fame in Newport, USA? It is Vijay Amritraj and Leander Paes. Recently, which players have clinched their second French Open men's doubles badminton title? These are Satvik Siraj, Ranki Reddy and Chirag Shetty. And last one is Durand Cup is associated with which sport? This is football. And if you talk about the 2024 Durand Cup, the final was won by Northeast United and they have beaten Mohan Began. Okay. Now coming to next question means question number 4. Recently, which country signed agreements under the US-led Indo-Pacific Economic Framework for Prosperity on Clean and Fair Economy? This is the country India once again. India signed agreements on clean and fair economy under the US-led Indo-Pacific Economic Framework for Prosperity during PM Modi's US visit, and these agreements focus on clean energy development, climate-friendly technologies, anti-corruption measures and some type of tax transparency. IPF was introduced by US President Joe Biden in October 2021 and officially it was launched in May 2023 in Tokyo. It aims to boost economic growth, peace and prosperity in the Indo-Pacific region without lowering the tariff barriers. So it includes 4 pillars, and which are these 4 pillars? The first one is trade facilitation, second one is digital economy standard, third is supply chain resilience, and the fourth one is decarbonization. Okay, so India has signed these agreements under the US-led Indo-Pacific Economic Framework for Prosperity on clean and fair economy. Okay, the questions you can be asked are, for example, in which year was this IPF officially launched? It was launched in 2023. Who introduces Indo-Pacific Economic Framework for Prosperity? So this is Joe Biden. These 2 questions are important. Okay. Now in the next slide, let's have a look at some business, economy and banking related current affairs. Which organization recently released the report on currency and finance 2023 to 24? This report was given by Reserve Bank of India. Recently, India's Numaligarh Refinery Limited inaugurated their first international office in which country? So answer is Bangladesh. Water catastrophe bonds recently mentioned in the news. These bonds are the financial instruments that offer high returns in exchange for bearing the risk for the disasters. Okay. What is the name of the House Journal recently unveiled by the Indian Renewable Energy Department Agency? This is PAHAL. Recently, which organization has been granted Navratna status by the Department of Public Enterprises? This is IREDA, Indian Renewable Energy Development Agency. Purple Revolution is associated with which one of the following? Answer is lavender. Gujarai Solar Power Station is located in which Indian state? It is located in Uttar Pradesh. Okay. Coming to question number 5. Which organization developed the Food Import Rejection Alerts portal recently launched at the Global Food Regulators Summit 2024? The correct answer here is A option, Food Safety Standards Authority of India. Yesterday we have talked about this summit as well. So basically the food import rejection alert was launched at the Global Food Regulators Summit 2024 by the Food Safety and Standards Authority of India. This online portal basically notifies about the food import rejections at Indian borders. It aims to inform the public as well as food safety authorities about these rejections. The portal facilitates quick information exchange on food safety and health risks globally. It enables the authorities to take some immediate action so as to prevent the risk. Also, it would serve as a database for tracking the rejected food products so as to improve the risk management. Okay, so food import rejection alerts portal has been developed by Food Safety Standards Authority of India, where at the Global Food Regulators Summit this year. Okay, now in the next slide we will be talking about important summits and the conferences, where the first question is, recently where was the US-led Indo-Pacific Economic Framework Ministerial meeting held? So answer is Singapore. Recently where was the 5th joint group of customs meeting between India and Bhutan held? This meeting took place in Ladakh. What was the theme for the climate conference 2024, which was recently held in Mumbai? So theme was recording the green transition for India. Where was the 16th World Social Forum 2024 meeting held? Answer is Kathmandu, Nepal. Recently, where was the National Security Strategies Conference organized? This conference took place in New Delhi. Where was the Indian Navy's ARC-24 and AIC-24 conducted? Means Annual Refit Conference 24 and Annual Infrastructure Conference 24 conducted. Answer is Mumbai. Recently, where was the 4th meeting of Intergovernmental Negotiating Committee on United Nations Plastics Treaty held? This meeting took place in Ottawa in Canada. Okay. Coming to question number 6. Which state government recently launched Mukhyamantri Nagar Unnayan Prakalp scheme? This scheme belongs to the option Tripura state. Who is the Chief Minister of Tripura? Mr. Manik Saha. He launched the Mukhyamantri Nagar Unnayan Prakalp project, and the project is funded by the Asian Development Bank with 530 crore rupees. It aims to improve drinking water infrastructure in 12 cities, and the plan aims to solve the water issues for over 75,000 families in the next 3 years. It includes laying down 305 kilometers of pipeline, building 25 deep tube wells, 18 iron removal plants, and 4 water treatment plants along with 19 reservoir. Okay, so the second phase will cover 8 more cities, including the capital city of Tripura, which is Agartala. Okay, so Tripura state has launched the Mukhyamantri Nagar Unnayan Prakalp scheme. Now in the next slide, let's see some important central as well as some state government schemes. What is the primary objective of Pradhan Mantri Kisan Man Dhan Yojana? Recently completed 5 years of implementation. Recently this scheme has completed its 5 years of implementation, and basic objective is to provide social security to small and marginal farmers in their old age. Open Network Digital Commerce Portal is launched by which ministry? It is launched by Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Which state government recently launched the Swayam scheme to empower its youth with interest-free loan? This is Odisha. Abha Awas Yojana, which was seen in the news, is associated with which Indian state? Answer is Jharkhand. Namaste scheme is related to which one of the following group of workers? Namaste scheme is for sanitation workers. Mukhyamantri Kanya Sumangla Yojana is an initiative of which Indian state? This scheme belongs to UP. PM Kusum scheme comes under which ministry? It works under Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. Okay. Coming to question number 7. Which day is observed as World Rhino Day every year? World Rhino Day is observed every year on 22nd of September. Why? To raise awareness about this endangered rhino species. Okay, so it highlights the importance of rhinos and the kind of threats they face in the current world. Okay, so there are 5 endangered rhino species. Which are these? First one is Javan, second is Sumatran, third is black, greater one horn, and white. Okay, so Javan rhino is extremely rare with only 75 left, while the Sumatran rhino is the smallest and it has about 80 remaining. Okay, so World Rhino Day is observed every year on 22nd of September. In the next slide, let's see some important days and events. The first question is, recently where was the second regional event of Hamara Samvidhan Hamara Samman campaign organized? This campaign was organized in Prayagraj. What is the theme of World Hearing Day 2024? The theme was Changing Mindsets. Let's make ear and hearing care a reality for all. Annually, it is celebrated on 3rd of March. Okay. Which day is celebrated as Ordnance Factories Day annually? Answer is 18th of March. When is the World Pulses Day observed every year? This is 10th of February. Recently, where was the 10th annual World Free Zones Organization Congress organized? It took place in Dubai. Where has been the world's highest frozen lake marathon organized? This is Ladakh. Which day is observed as World Day to combat desertification and drought every year? 17th of June is observed as the day to combat desertification and drought every year. Okay. Moving to question number 8. Which ministry recently hosted the National Conclave on Gender Mainstreaming in New Delhi? This is Ministry of Rural Development. Ministry of Rural Development has hosted the National Conclave on Gender Mainstreaming in New Delhi, and this event was held under the Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana National Rural Livelihood Missions. Okay, so it focuses on strengthening the gender responsive community institutions and strategies for some gender integration. Fine. So Ministry of Rural Development has hosted the National Conclave on Gender Mainstreaming, where in New Delhi. Now if we talk about Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana, when was this Yojana formulated, or you can say launched in India? So this was the year 2011. Which Indian ministry oversees this Yojana? This is Ministry of Rural Development. And what is the basic objective of this Yojana? Basic objective is to reduce the poverty via sustainable livelihood options. Okay. Now in the next slide, let's have a look at some national current affairs. Recently, which ministry has launched the Vishwasya blockchain technology stack? The correct answer is Ministry of Electronics and IT. Which ministry has recently launched Project PARI, which stands for Public Art of India? This is Ministry of Culture. Recently, which city of Kerala has been officially declared as India's first UNESCO City of Literature? It is Kozhikode. Recently, which ministry launched implementation manual of tobacco-free educational institutions on World No Tobacco Day 2024? World No Tobacco Day is observed on 31st of May, and correct answer is Education Ministry. Recently, which state government has launched a new MSME policy 2024? It is Telangana. Recently, the Prime Minister of India inaugurated Semicon India 2024 at India Expo Mart in which city? This is Greater Noida. And last is, what is the name of the mobile application recently launched by Minority Affairs Minister Smriti Irani for Hajj pilgrims? This was the Hajj Suvidha application. Okay. It was launched in March 2024, so that's why here it is written as Smriti Irani. Okay. Now also don't forget that earlier the nodal ministry for Hajj pilgrims was the Ministry of External Affairs, but now it is the Ministry of Minority Affairs. Okay. Moving to question number 9. Exercise Eastern Bridge 7, recently seen in the news, is a joint military exercise between India and which other country? This exercise took place between India and Oman. This was the 7th edition, which was conducted by the Indian Air Force and the Royal Air Force of Oman to enhance the military cooperation and the interoperability. Okay, so it was held at Oman, and it involved complex air operations and tactical drills so as to improve the strategic capabilities. The exercise fostered the camaraderie through joint briefings and cultural exchanges, highlighting the commitment of both the nations to regional peace and security. This collaboration aims to strengthen the ties and prepare for emerging security challenges in this region. Okay, so two things you can be asked. The first one is, exercise Eastern Bridge is between which two countries? These two countries are India and Oman. And this year, what was the venue for this 7th edition of exercise Eastern Bridge? Venue was Oman. Okay. Now in the next slide, we will be seeing some important defense related current affairs. The first question is, directionally unrestricted ray gun array system developed by which organization? It has been developed by DRDO. Which two countries recently carried out the 7th edition of the joint military exercise Shakti? Shakti is between India and France. Recently, where was the 29th edition of the Biennial Rim of the Pacific exercise held? Answer is Hawaii in USA. What is INS Vikrant, recently seen in the news? It is a kind of aircraft carrier. Gagan Shakti 2024 exercise recently conducted by Indian Air Force at which place? Answer is Pokhran in the state of Rajasthan. What is MQ-9B Predator, recently seen in the news? It is a kind of high altitude unmanned aerial vehicle. Which organization has recently delivered the medium range microwave obscurant chaff rocket to the Indian Navy? This is DRDO. Fine. Now coming to last question. What is the name of the scheme recently approved by the Bihar government to improve the rural infrastructure? The correct answer is C option, Mukhyamantri Gramin Setu Nirman Yojana. Bihar government has approved this Yojana to improve the rural infrastructure, and the scheme aims to enhance the connectivity by constructing 1000 small bridges in the rural areas. It focuses on remote regions that struggle with poor infrastructure, and the initiative will further help in addressing the accessibility issues during the monsoon seasons when rivers overflow and cut off the villages. Fine. So Bihar government has recently approved Mukhyamantri Gramin Setu Nirman Yojana, and the basic aim is to improve the rural infrastructure. Now at last we will be seeing some important art and culture related current affairs. The first question here is, Mahabodhi temple complex is located in which Indian state? It lies in Bihar. The Grantha script once used to write Sanskrit was mainly from which Indian state? Answer is Tamil Nadu. Dhokra Shipkala is associated with which one of the following? It is related to metal casting. Archaeological Survey of India recently found the Neolithic age rock carvings in which Indian state? Answer is Goa. Majuli manuscript painting is associated with which Indian state? This is Assam. Which city recently hosted the Hunar exhibition, a captivating display of Indian folk and tribal art? This is Dubai. And the last one is, BAPS temple was recently inaugurated in which city of UAE? It was inaugurated in Abu Dhabi, city of UAE. Fine. So now with this we are done with our session, and at last I will like to give you some homework, and the homework today is related to reports and indices. Okay, so these are the 7 questions that you have to carefully read and answer them in the comments section. I'll be waiting for your answers. Now before concluding, let me again tell you that these questions are part of our daily 20 MCQ series in the GK Today Android application. So if you want the PDF of the lecture, you can subscribe to that course by paying a very nominal fees. Okay, so now we'll be meeting tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, me Nuzhat Sana signing off.